Solar Ken here with Unlimited Solar Energy. Here with my 6 questions that you should ask before going solar. Let's jump right into it. If you have any questions or you want to contact me in any way, please follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. My website is iwantsolar.yes. If you want a quote, I'll be happy to give you one. Just get in contact with me as soon as possible and we'll work it out from there. Jumping right into the 6 questions. The first question that I would ask if I'm going solar to my sales company will be, will this solar system actually help me save money on my electricity bill? The answer to this question should be yes. The reasons why solar systems have came down in price about 70 or 80% in the last 10 to 15 years. So the cost of a solar system versus the cost of electricity are pretty much neck and neck at the moment. So when you're buying a solar system, you should be spending or saving about 20 to 40% versus what you're already giving to your electricity if you're deciding to actually go solar for the investment purposes. So you're buying the system, you're actually taking advantage of the tax credit, you're getting the 30% that the government is going to give you back for buying the system. In this nature, you should be breaking even at about 8 years into your investment. So it should be somewhere between a 6 to 8 year return on investment on purchasing the system. You're not coming out of pocket, so don't think like you're giving any money up for the system. You actually can, but you don't have to. So with that being said, you're going to save somewhere between 20 to 40%. You're not coming out of pocket, which makes the most sense to the customer, and that's the way you should be saving electricity. You should be saving on the kilowatt hours that you're actually using, and you're not actually generating any more or less power than you would if you were stated with your electricity company. In certain cases, you may generate more power that you're offsetting to pay back to your utility company, which they're going to give you a credit back for that at the end of the year. Or depending on how they actually work, they may give it to you on a monthly basis. But at the same time, you're not paying the adjusters, the surcharges, the delivery fees that the utility company is charging you for actually being connected to their grid and using their services and their power that they're producing. So when you're on a solar system, you should be saving somewhere between 20 to 40% easily by going solar. And if there's any other questions about that, feel free to contact me. And like I said, I can go over your bill with you personally if you want. My second question would be, what is the most cost-effective system that you have out right now on the market or that you're selling at this point in time? And right now, we're selling somewhere between the 290 to 320 watt panel. It just makes more sense. So the panels that we're selling are in between, they're going to be producing somewhere between 290 to 220 a watt per panel. And that works out in a way where it's not the most highly efficient panel where like they're 400 watt panels, and it's not the lowest grade of panel that you can get down to the 150 watts or 200 watts, but those panels, you'll need a lot more panels to produce the same size system if you were to use a little bit higher grade. But 290 watt panels and 320 watt, they're the most cost effective on the market. That's what you're going to see a lot of the companies using and producing or pushing at the moment. It's because that's what's being produced at the most right now. It's just the most cost effective way to stay in that dollar range of $3 to $4 a watt without having to actually break the bank and lose that savings that we were just talking about a second ago. Anytime you sell a higher watt panel, the price of that panel is going to go up, which means your savings go down. And we're trying to make sure that you're saving money in order to actually produce what you need for your home, but also make it cost effective for you in the long run. So my third question that I would ask, and this is a big one, if I decide to buy a solar system today, will this cost me anything out of pocket? The question to this answer should be no. There's 2 variations to this question, or 2 deviations where you can see that you may have to come out of pocket. But in this case, with my customers, I normally say, hey, you're not coming out of pocket anything today. All you're doing is we're going to finance the whole deal. You can make payments just like you're making payments to your utility company, and still save somewhere between 20 to 40% without having to spend any of your own money out of pocket. which is ideal for most people because most individuals that I deal with, they don't have the extra income to just give away for a solar system, and they want to save money. And if I could save you money without you having to actually come out of pocket, ideal. It makes sense. Again, the solar systems that you're gonna purchase are warranty for 25 years. So just like a utility company, they're gonna be producing power for a long time. And even if they didn't, there's warranties that cover it behind it. So like I said, coming out of pocket today, you're not coming out of pocket if you're working with me. There's some companies that do charge like a deposit to make sure to secure the sale. In my case, I'm trying to make sure that you're saving money and you're not having to actually come out of pocket at all. So use my model. If you're not getting something for, I guess, nothing, in a sense, you're not paying anything out of pocket. Yes, you are required to have certain things that will qualify you for this zero out of pocket. But at the same time, if you fall into that criteria, then you're definitely going to succeed and obviously get your solar system and start seeing savings from day one. My fourth question that I would ask if I was purchasing a solar system to my utility company or from my solar company would be, what are the warranties on these panels, inverter, and your workmanship on your roof? So most companies are going to have the same type of warranty plan. They're going to be around 25 years for your panels. Reason being is because these panels are built to last for a long time. They're made to produce power for the 25 years and on. There's panels that were produced back in the 80s and 90s that are still producing power today. Yes, they lost some efficiency, but they're still working. They're still generating power. When NASA sends up their solar satellites that actually wrap around the Earth on the orbit, so what happens is they're still producing power, and they sent these satellites up 20, 30 years ago. Yes, they require some maintenance at some point in time. Maybe they need to change out one cell or a couple cells, but same thing. This is why these panels are still producing power, and your panels will be doing as such. Ask anyone who purchased a solar system 10, 15 years ago. They're still producing power to this day. Again, but if there's any manufacturer issues with the panels themselves, you definitely will have a warranty that covers that for the next 25 years. Inverters tend to run really hard because of they're converting DC current into AC current all day long, and when you start to do that, they start to burn out within 6 to 12 years, somewhere in there. So you may have to replace an inverter or two during the lifespan of your solar system, just depending, but you're definitely going to have a warranty for about 8 years on the inverter, and some even go stretch out to 10 years, just depending on the brand of inverter that they're actually using. We're using somewhere, like I said, between 8 to 10, depending on how we actually design that particular system and who we're designing the system for, and what's the most cost-effective inverter on the market at that point in time. So the next thing is the workmanship on the roof. Workmanship on the roof should be somewhere between 2 to 5 years in most cases. In my case, we're doing a 10-year workmanship warranty where we guarantee you if there's an issue from our installation over the next 10 years directly from the solar system, not if the roof was in bad shape itself, but if the roof is actually tampered with, or it was actually designed in which the solar system actually may cause any issues of any leaks or anything like that, then we will be in charge of that and replacing it back into working order. If there's a puncture wound that actually leaked or something, then we will replace it and fix it at our cost over 10 years. Any other thing that is not directly from the solar system, then it's definitely going to be on the homeowner, and they should claim that under their homeowner's insurance. And that's a big thing, that you should always let your homeowner's insurance know that you're adding additions onto your home. I don't care what it is, but in the solar case, let your homeowner's insurance know that you're adding solar to your home, because it's always going to be better in your case to let them know that something's happened to the home and you added the solar system to it, so they're not trying to weasel themselves out of it. But any other questions, like I said, feel free to contact me. I'll definitely go over it with you. So my fifth question that I would ask would be, what value does this solar system add to my home? The answer to that question is you're going to add about somewhere between 10 to 15,000 in equity. Once you decide to purchase a solar system, it is an asset that starts producing its own energy. You don't have to necessarily, there's no maintenance really required to it. And if you were to look into like how much you're actually going to spend on utilities over the next 25 years versus what you're going to actually spend for your solar system over the next 20 years, you're going to see the cost difference, because you're locked into your kilowatt rate that you're producing, that your solar system is producing. And when it comes down to your utility company is dictating each and every year how much they're going to charge you more for the same amount of power that you were using last year. They have to keep their infrastructure up. They're looking at you as a money pit, and they're going to continue to suck money from you to continue to gain. And their I guess their business model, where they're trying to again increase the value of what they're charging you for what you're already using. I mean, you're using the same amount of power that you used last year, most likely. Maybe the kids have just left for college or something, and at the end of the day, you're going to save, again, somewhere between 20 to 30, 40% on your solar versus staying with your utility company, and they're going to charge you almost over a 20-year span in compounding interest, almost 40% more than what you were using 20 years ago. Ask anyone who lived in their home for the last 20 years and ask them what their utility bills was back in the 90s versus what they were now in almost the 2018, 2020s. Watch the big jump in how much the utility companies have went up just from then, and it's a lot different, trust me. Another thing, again, you're just adding value to the property. I mean, if you moved into a home of your size right now with no electricity bill versus moving into a home of the same size with electricity bill, how much value would that add to you? It should add about $2,000 to $3,000 in value each and every year, because you're saving that. I mean, that's how much. If I could save you $2,000, $3,000 each and every year by owning a home with no electricity bill, you would definitely take that offer, because over 20 years you save 40 grand versus, or maybe even 60 grand versus what you're already giving away right now. It just doesn't make sense to give it away if you don't have to. So the very last question I get, and I get this question so often that it's like repeated over and over. What happens if I decide to sell my home with the solar system on top of it? Well, let's say you sell into year 6. That means your new homeowner, or the homeowner that's coming in, has 14 years left to pay it off, or they pay it off a lot sooner. Or let's say you pay it off for them. Now they move into this home with a utility with a home that doesn't have a utility bill in that nature, and that means they're gonna save again $2,000 to $3,000 each and every year. And you're going to add a little bit more equity to your property. You can market it as an energy efficient home and do it as that. I mean, you just got to work the magic, because again, this is an asset that's producing power. You don't have to do a lot for it to produce power. Once you put it there, it recreates power over and over each and every day and cycles that back in over and over again. Now, those are some of the biggest reasons why you should look into going solar. If you have any other questions, those are my top 6 questions on why you should go solar. So give me a shout, hit me on my DMs if you have any questions. Thanks. If you like what you just watched in the video below, please comment, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you want to follow me on my social medias, all my handles are right behind me. Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook. Please visit my website, iwantsolar.us. If you have any questions about your solar needs, I'll be more than happy to help you. If you're looking to purchase the system, come by from Solar King.